If you are looking for cheap, safe, and reliable FC24 coins as well as other game currencies, game keys, gift cards, and more, take a look at u7buy.com. Doing so via the link in the description would really help me out. Hi there, and welcome back to another video. This one's actually the one I'm most excited about making. This is perhaps the type of content I really want to produce, so I really hope it turns out well, and I do hope it helps you all out. If you watched my last couple videos, you'll know that I was a little disappointed with them. The type of gameplay I was going for dropped. It wasn't quite the same level of quality I expect for myself. In terms of what I was going for, not necessarily performance, I'm not as worried about wins or losses, but the reason that we're all kind of excited to watch this type of gameplay, right? My attitude and positivity also dropped, which I want to keep those levels up higher again. That's something I expect for myself. Which, speaking on all of that, one of the drives to help me really try and produce better content and keep the attitude up and all of that stuff is just this unbelievably massive amount of feedback I've gotten, considering the size of my channel, of just wonderful positive comments that, again, I really haven't expected. I'm over the moon with all of this stuff. A couple of you have left just so many nice things, including a couple like paragraph long comments that I just, again, I have not expected. It's really a drive to help me try and make better content, and this one in particular, really the explanation of how maybe you can try to play a little bit more like me. What this video is going to be is I'm expecting about 2 games. We'll see how it goes. Of Division Rivals here. This is the reset. I did get up to like top 60 in the world last season, but we're back in Division 1 now. And I know not everybody's playing at the end of the year, so it's not the same, but I'm not bragging about that number. I'm just saying I can get up there. But these are going to be hopefully somewhat easier games, so I can demonstrate a little bit easier. One game is going to be with this team here. We're going to have all the Trickster Plus players. That's Ribery, Rafinha, Musiala here. I'm going to replace them with Fabian Ruiz, Swanson, and Diaz probably. So we'll do one like Trickster Plus game and one Press Proven Plus game. So I'll be able to explain kind of the differences between those 2 dribbling styles. And the first couple attacks of the game, I'm going to play like I was with my disappointed gameplay over the weekend. I'm going to just generate a couple clips so that I've got the contrast to show between that and the playstyle I want to implement. And then at the end of the game, or after generating those couple clips, I'm going to do more of the playstyle I'm actually trying to do. That's going to be this first video. I'm not going to explain particularly what the change is. I'm going to leave that up for you to see if you want to try to deduce it yourself, I suppose. I kind of value that, being able to see the whole game and how it changes, not just specific plays that I can, kind of cherry pick and say, oh, look how well it does here, but actually see for yourself how it implements or how it affects my entire build-up. Because that's really, I think, just generating higher quality attacks overall is something that I want to encourage you to do in your games. Because it's not really just about scoring on every attack, it's trying to make every attack you have into a better attack than the game was giving you by default. The second video, so this is going to be a 2-parter. This is part 1 here. Part 2 is going to be replay analysis. I'll explain in depth specifically what the change between playstyle 1 and playstyle 2 is. And I'll be using like a drawing over tool and cutting down my clips, so we'll be able to look in depth on specifically what I'm looking for in my games, and hopefully that'll help you to understand what I'm looking for in my dribbles when I go for my dribbles and what I'm accomplishing with them. And maybe you can pick your head up and start looking for that kind of thing in your games. So hopefully this does help. I am more than happy to take any feedback on this kind of stuff. Please leave a comment. I want to make this content as good as I can for all of you. Let me explain my tactics real quick, or show them off. I think they're slightly updated, maybe. I'm not sure, actually. But here, all of this has been the same. I think actually here, cut inside, get into the box with wings, false 9 on the center forward. Just cover center, everything else default on both center mids, stay back and cover center on the CDM. It's conservative interceptions and overlap on both fullbacks. That's my main playstyle. This is what I do for most of my games. If that's not working, I'm going to try one with deep line playmaker on the CDM. We've got free roam, stay back, stand edge for the CMs. Maybe I'll talk about that later, why that's accomplishing something different for me. Both CMs like that, and then the wingers on getting behind instead. So 2 different ways I can play. Usually a good idea to keep at least 2 different variations of your tactic, because some games you get into and you're just like, this one isn't working, let me have something else I can switch to. But all of that said, again, hopefully this video does help. Let's get into the games here. If you're curious about why go through all this effort for a dead game in the end of August, that we're getting a new game cycle, released soon, I really want to try and make my content better. I guess I'm kind of practicing that, perhaps for the next game. Plus, I'm really just enjoying putting this kind of stuff out. But also, I'm a little bit stubborn with how I play. I refuse to play the meta, and I will always, even if it's not working for me, I will always value enjoying the type of game that I'm playing in my match more than winning a match. But I'm also trying to improve my own gameplay. So this is partially for me, just being able to pick my own head up and be able to slightly improve my ability to see my own opportunities in my own matches and improve them. But also, I played competitive Rocket League for like 5 years. That game's 9 years old now, I think, from like when I was 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, something like that. I was on an org, we were doing replay analysis every day, and we had to put like 80 hours every 2 weeks in. And that was one of my favorite gaming experiences I've ever had. So I kind of still have that value to drive, not necessarily like a pro scene competitive, but definitely I really enjoy looking at my own games and trying to improve myself. That's just part of how I have fun with all of this. So if you're, again, sitting there being like, why put in all that effort? This is just partially how I have fun. With all of that said, let's get into the games here. And again, I really do hope this helps. Really do hope this helps. Let me know in the comments any feedback you've got on this. Okay, as we jump into the first game here, once again, the point is just kind of to show off, if you value learning for your own rather than me just kind of telling you, hey, do this. I don't think it's going to be as valuable if I'm doing like coaching or analysis type content to just go, hey, play like this in your games, because I don't think you learn the reasoning, like specifically what it's accomplishing. So you're not quite as sure what to look for in your matches. Although, this one might start off, yeah. Not saying that this, first playstyle isn't as effective, but it doesn't utilize my skill set as much. Something you can look to do in these games is realize, or in a game like EA FC24, is look and go, hey, what am I really good at? And then try to find a playstyle that maximizes what you're good at, gives you the most opportunity to do it, the best situations in game to take advantage of it. And so it's not that like this one playstyle is bad or never works. There are definitely some opponents it works against, some better than others. But I can't believe that missed. It doesn't utilize my skill set as good as some others. Or as good as the other playstyle I'm trying to do. I forgot to change tactics. That happens all the time. Yeah, that's fine though. That's unlucky. I just gotta watch the through ball now. Really frustrating. I guarded it that whole time, but it still goes through. But that's how it is. Thank you. Take the space a little, and then, get caught up, so you'll just go back. Opponent definitely has some kind of press thing going on. Good ball. Nice. Okay, so this is an opponent where this is working because they're leaving a lot of gaps for me, but that's alright. If I play a couple opponents like this, I might have to play a couple games to get the ones where I'm really generating things I want to talk about. Assuming the opponent doesn't just stop playing. Okay, next game. Alright, we're getting into another match here. Hopefully an opponent with a little bit better of a showcase for me. Thank you, Navas. We'll see though. Just kind of want to generate the things that, just enough clips to have something to talk about in the next video. Yep, alright. Thanks, Fabinho. Once again, starting off with the playstyle I'm not as much of a fan of. Down. Okay, this is a very aggressive opponent, though. Gotta be careful of the through ball. That feels really unfortunate, thank you. Barely able to get back on that one. Got the through ball. Yep, okay. That's really unlucky. And over the top probably, yeah. What are you gonna do? Thanks, game. Okay, I've generated a couple of the clips I'm looking to talk about. Also, this opponent's definitely using a high press, so you do have to play a little bit different against those, of course. I do want to make some videos maybe on that as well. On how to play against the press. That was a strange pass, Lom. That's fine. I'm struggling a little bit against it here, but again, that's partially down to this first playstyle. Nice. Okay. That's a... Oh, that was a good interception. Thank you, Modric. Okay. Looking kind of for a specific clip. So maybe one or two more attacks here before I switch. That was actually really lucky. Again, not that this playstyle can't work, it's just not quite what I'm trying to go for. I'm thinking one more attack then. That's mine. It's not because it's Holland, of course. What a fool I am. And that's how undeserved the scorelines in this game can be. But we move, as they say. Is he still onside? He is. Okay. Thank you, Blanc. I meant that to Musiala, not to Rafinha game. I'll take the foul, that's fine. It's somehow not a foul, okay. Okay, ooh, that was wide. Which is fine. I've almost scored 2 goals this game that I really disagree with as well. So, try to take me in good faith if I score a goal and then use it as a clip to talk about me playing poorly in the next video. I do mean what I say, just because the ball goes in the back of the net doesn't mean it was a good attack from me. Necessarily, you know. That's really aggressive, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. Game never gives you the ball and things like that, even though it's a decent read theoretically from me. Yeah, aggressive once again. I saw that one in the end. Thank you, Blanc. Yeah, forced him into too little space there. Already going back up. He just felt really heavy as I was marking it. Thank you, Konate. Just take your space there if you've got the speed. You might as well. Nice. Ooh, a little lucky there. Nice from Navas. Okay, I think I'm gonna swap playstyles now. Try to generate clips that I do want to be talking about, so let's get into it. See if you can notice that difference in playstyle from me, and do leave a comment, I'm curious. Try not to cheat. Well, okay, the opponent's leaving gaps. So this may not end up being the best video to talk about it with either, if they're going to be that aggressive on defense, but we'll find out. Yeah, do leave a comment, I'm curious. Try not to cheat, but, you know, by checking the second video and then coming back to this one, but I am curious how noticeable this difference will be. Nice. Good from Navas. Oh, that's halftime. Never mind. Okay. Alright, second half here. Let's see how this goes. Again, the opponent's press makes this a little different. I do have to play slightly different to what I was thinking, but adaptation is fine, and you'll get to see a little bit of how I play through a press. Although there's a lot of space there. Unfortunate. I was hoping to generate a different thing there without the foul, but... And I'm just giving that away because there's no benefit to showing me scoring a free kick or anything in this kind of video. This is all about the build-up play. Got Navas. Nice. That was a heavy touch. Unfortunate. If he actually took the touch into the space there in the box, that would have been a goal, but the rest of the play was pretty nice, I think you can see. Oh. I did drag one defender out, so I'm going to be a little more careful with Blanc there, and the opponent's just fine. Sigh. You had so much space there, opponent. You could have generated something nice, but no, you just go for that. It's frustrating as a defender. Like, just do a play that's more interesting for me to defend, you know? Oh, yeah, that's fair. Should be mine. Good from Jamal. The pocket's back there. No, that's fine. Would have been a really good space for me to get into, but I did try to force it a little bit too much. Good Blanc. Nah, that's fine. Oh well. Good Konate. Fabinho back. Nice, we've got down. Navas might be in space, because Incisive can make that pass. Nice. That goal, I hope, will show something pretty important. I think I'm going to do a third game here, and maybe just do all the playstyle I want to be playing. I might have enough clips of the way I don't want to be playing. But yeah, that last goal, see if you can notice it without me saying it, because there's something I did in that one to avoid the press that I didn't do in some of the other attacks, that the press was more effective against me. It left a lot of space somewhere, see if you can notice why. Okay, planning on this one to be the final game. Obviously we'll see how it goes, but this is going to be all the way I want to be playing. We'll see how effective it is in a whole match of just doing this. Oh. Oh well. That's what happens when I'm not used to talking and playing at the same time. Also a little aggressive from one of the center backs, I suppose. It's one of the weird things about playstyles too, is just like, you've got Intercept Plus, but you can't quite be sure how effective it's going to be. Oh, he's a little bit heavy there. That's why this is weird. I forgot to change tactics. Once again, I do that all the time. Wait. Sigh game. Fine. No. Do have to be a little careful, because when they switch to play like that, it will always generate some space back in the middle, based on the way your team shifts back over. Oh, that's fine. See if I can get Musiala here. Nice. Just kind of a counterattack. I mean, that was a basic goal, but I suppose to make it level, we'll take it, and I'll try to play more of the way I'm intending to play in the next couple of attacks. Fabinho, go down. Yeah, it's a little lucky. Space up. Nice. Not a bad goal. Not too special, but there's at least something to it. Yeah. Unfortunate. Nice, Navas. Good ball up. Take that space out wide. Just gonna dance for a little bit, I think. Can threaten back this way, and then that should be space there. Although, poor first time pass from Fabinho and a bad first touch control from Neymar ruined it a little bit, but I think that attack was pretty well done. Otherwise, that is not what I meant to do, game. Thank you, intercept plus Lam. So switching the play should generate something else. Just like I mentioned when I had to be careful that my opponent was doing it. Aww. Yeah, you can see how effective it was for me there. I got a chance in the box. So missing one thing, I think, in this game. I'll see if I can do it on the next attack. Back. Got Fabinho. No, not Fabinho. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Nice. This is my right wing, keep in mind. Look, he's in the left forward position now. That was a good attack. Using the width and also using something different. There was one additional thing that was beneficial with that attack. And see if you can point it out, or spot it yourself without me pointing it out yet. Thanks, Navas. He is open there. Good attack. I think that's going to be the end of this one. I do hope these clips are going to show what I mean to talk about. If not, I'm going to try to pay attention to my games over the next couple days or weeks or something and try to find the specific clips I'm really thinking of. I think these will work, but maybe the more I can generate for you, the more I'll be able to show off specifically this is what you're looking for in a wide variety of different attacks. But there were a couple things in these that I definitely think are worth taking a look at, so hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully the gameplay and the commentary in this one were helpful, and if you're excited about this kind of thing, about the explanation of how I dribble, how I'm generating these chances, hopefully I'll see you in that next video. So, like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff, and let me know what you thought of this one, and especially that next one, because I am excited about doing the replay analysis for the next one here, which should be out the following day. So all of that said, see you in that one, and peace.